Hey, this you have to see. A Republican official who represents Orange County, California, named Don Wagner, seriously asked during a hearing whether COVID-19 vaccines have a tracking device in them. Now, I know we see this on Facebook. Okay, your wacky uncle might be sharing it, but this is not your wacky uncle. This is, well, maybe it's someone's wacky uncle. This is an actual elected official. It is Supervisor Don Wagner from Orange County, representing many, many people. The question came at an Orange County Board of Supervisors meeting where the prospect of so-called vaccine passports was being discussed. Now, we know that Don Wagner himself has been vaccinated. He tweeted back on April 3rd with a picture of himself, one and done with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Start to finish was 45 minutes. Great job to everybody. And thank you to Dr. Chow for administering my shot. Quick and painless. But here is the same Don Wagner apparently asking the same Dr. Chow, it seems, who administered his vaccine about tracking devices. You have to see it to believe it. Take a look.
It's only at the patient's request.
That's correct.
Does it, is there any intention of tracking folks?
Nope.
Is there any in the vaccine? We heard about an injection of a tracking device. Is that being done anywhere? In Orange County?
I'm sorry, I just have to compose myself. There's not a vaccine with a tracking device embedded in it that I know of exists in the world. Period.
Okay.
Now, I have some news for Don Wagner that might be shocking to him. If he's worried about being tracked, he is carrying around a tracking device all day, every day. It is his mobile phone. The mobile phone he carries around in his pocket, probably without a second thought, has a GPS tracker. Law enforcement, if he were accused of a crime, could subpoena access to his location. Depending on his app permissions, apps can get access to his location. It's in his pocket or sitting on his desk in front of him as he asks whether the COVID vaccine has a tracking device in it. This is something I think about every time these guys bring this up. The technology piece doesn't exist to do this. If you look at that syringe, it just doesn't exist. But why would you need to do it? And I know people will say, oh, but what about the injected microchips into dogs? That's a dramatically different size. And that is not a real-time tracker. That is something you can scan. If a dog shows up, you can scan it for a microchip. It'll tell you the owner's name. Completely different thing. Not equivalent. Why go through the trouble of injecting billions of people globally with a vaccine in order to track them when they are already carrying around GPS-enabled phones? Does he use a debit card or a credit card, which leaves a breadcrumb trail of where he has been? An ATM card, which says, where were you physically withdrawing cash? Does he wear a mask all day as he walks around in front of hundreds of CCTV cameras and security cameras of various kinds? My instinct is also that there's kind of a moral hazard at play, which is a funny one. In insurance, there's this idea that the people insurance companies most want to insure are the people who don't really need insurance. The people that really want insurance and can't afford not to have it are the risks that many insurance companies would prefer not to take on. My instinct here is that the very people who believe there's a microchip in the vaccine are the people doing nothing that would even be remotely interesting or worthy of being tracked to begin with. Why on earth does government want to track, like my weird classmate from high school who posts vaccine tracking conspiracies to Facebook, who works part-time at a garden supply store and never otherwise goes anywhere? Like, who cares where she's going? Does she think she's so important that the government even cares to know where she is? Advertisers want to know in order to sell her stuff, but she's already giving them that information by using a smartphone, posting about her likes and dislikes on Facebook and the like. By the way, I unfollowed her on Facebook. It became completely unbearable. But the point here is, why would the government even want to track 99.99% of these people to begin with? It is a sad state of affairs out there. And this guy represents people, if you can imagine that. Let me know if you've had encounters with these types. Find me on Twitter at Pakman and tell me how you dealt with it. I'm curious to hear. We have a great program for you today. Glad you were with us. One of our sponsors is privacy.com. They're giving you $5 when you sign up for their completely free service at privacy.com/Pakman. I've been using Privacy for a little over a year now. You've heard me talk about it before. It's a lifesaver, and here's how it works. Takes just a couple of minutes to set up. Anytime you buy something online or on the phone, instead of actually using your real credit card number, the Privacy app and the browser plugin let you give each company a randomized virtual credit card number that you create out of thin air. It'll even autofill the card number with one click. And the payment is taken out of your checking account without the merchant ever knowing your real information. So this allows you to keep your banking information secure, but also to take control of your finances. You can create up to 12 of these virtual credit cards a month. You can set spending limits. You can freeze them. You can delete them anytime you want. So when you do this, it means you're not going to be charged when you don't want to be, because you can destroy the virtual card number right after using it, which, for instance, I love using free trials because I know I won't be charged when the trial is over if I use a virtual credit card number. You're keeping your identity private by not telling companies who you are. You're keeping your bank or credit card info protected against data breaches and identity theft, and it's free. And like I said, you'll get $5 to spend when you sign up at privacy.com/Pakman.